Hailey, are you worried about Selena? Justin might get back with Selena and things will be over for Jaylee?
You're so lame, bro. Like, you know, all that information is so lame. It's actually crazy.
At first glance, everything appeared to be going smoothly. Selena was living her best life, dropping hits and embracing her relationship with Benny Blanco, while Justin and Hailey were navigating their married life. Yet, beneath the surface, an emotional storm was quietly building. Selena's music career had always been intertwined with her personal experiences, and this new album, I Said I Love You First, was no exception. The timing of the album's release marked a pivotal moment not just for Selena, but also for Justin and Hailey, who were about to be dragged back into the past in ways they couldn't have anticipated. Justin Bieber has never truly hidden the fact that Selena was a significant figure in his life. Despite their breakups and public relationship turmoil, Justin has often spoken about Selena with a deep sense of reverence, even referring to her as his first love and the person who shaped him into who he is today. This emotional attachment didn't end when they broke up. Rather, it seemed to linger, resurfacing every now and then in interviews and social media posts. Justin's continued admiration for Selena stands in stark contrast to his relationship with Hailey, where despite their marriage and growing family, underlying tensions seem to persist. The dynamics of this soft spot were always a ticking time bomb, waiting for the right catalyst to spark the emotional unraveling. Hailey Baldwin, now Bieber, has spent much of her marriage under a magnifying glass. While she projects an image of being unbothered by Justin's past with Selena, there are countless moments where her frustration, often expressed subtly, shines through. From the public's constant comparisons between Selena and Hailey to the deep emotional scars that Justin's past relationship left, Hailey has been competing with a ghost. This constant shadow of Selena is inescapable for Hailey, and while she's tried to establish herself as Justin's final choice, the reality of his emotional attachment to his ex never quite disappeared. Hailey has worked hard to maintain her place, but the perceived insecurity and jealousy remain hidden in plain sight. Selena's album, I Said I Love You First, wasn't just a collection of songs, it was an emotional recounting of her life and relationships, most notably with Justin. Her lyrics delve deep into the emotional landscape of her early 20s, where much of her personal life was laid bare in the public eye. The tracks are poignant, raw, and reflect the pain of growing up under the scrutiny of the world. These songs weren't just music, they were revelations. For Justin, hearing the album likely opened old wounds, particularly with songs that clearly addressed their tumultuous breakup and the hurt that came with it. Selena wasn't just reminiscing, she was telling her version of the story, and it was impossible for Justin not to feel the emotional weight of those moments. In the wake of Selena's album release, Justin's emotional unraveling began. His Instagram posts filled with cryptic messages about anger, regret, and self-reflection immediately caught the public's attention. Justin, who had always been known for his candidness on social media, seemed to be processing something much deeper than what his posts were letting on. His followers began to notice the timing of his posts, coinciding with the rise of specific Selena tracks that were emotionally charged. What started as vague reflections soon took on a more personal tone, and fans quickly deduced that Justin's emotional journey was directly linked to Selena's album. As the public began to speculate, Hailey was on damage control. She took to liking and commenting on all of Justin's posts, often trying to present an image of unity. Supportive wife was the role she was playing, but underneath it there was an air of desperation. Hailey's need to constantly show her support felt like a defense mechanism, as if she was trying to convince the world and perhaps herself that everything was fine. This attempt to create a perfect marriage narrative, especially in the face of Justin's emotional breakdown, raised eyebrows. Fans could see the contrast between Hailey's unbothered persona and the reality unfolding in front of them. Hailey was clearly bothered by Justin's reactions, but she had to maintain a strong front for public consumption. Selena's song, Don't Want to Cry, didn't just explore her own heartbreak, it spoke directly to the public spectacle of her relationship with Justin. The lyrics are brutally honest, referencing the emotional torment Selena faced during their breakup, including the very public nature of their pain. The line, left the door wide open for the whole wide world to see you and you kiss her right in front of me, was a direct reference to the embarrassing public moments when Justin and Hailey flaunted their relationship post-breakup. This was no subtle reference. Selena was making it crystal clear how deeply affected she was by the public humiliation. The song was a musical punch to the gut for Justin, especially given how public he had been about moving on. The chorus of Don't Want to Cry resonated deeply with fans, especially especially with the line, "I don't want to cry now." It was as though Selena was telling the world that she had moved past the emotional chaos of her relationship with Justin, but the public still insisted on rehashing the pain. For fans who had watched Selena's emotional roller coaster over the years, this song became a moment of catharsis. It was a public release of the sorrow that had been quietly building for years. Justin's emotional responses to the album, now widely publicized, made this song's message all the more poignant. It felt like Selena had written it for herself, but also for every fan who had ever been affected by a heartbreak that was dissected in the spotlight. Selena's bridge in "Don't Want to Cry," "One day you're going to wake up, but all that's left is my pillow and makeup," was a final jab at Justin. This was the part of the song where Selena, emotionally mature and empowered, declared that she had moved on, and Justin would eventually be left with only the remnants of their past. The symbolism of the pillow and makeup is not just a metaphor for physical remnants, but for the emotional aftermath that Justin would have to carry. The rawness of the lyrics, combined with Selena's confident delivery, made it clear that she had leveled up in her life, while Justin was still stuck in his feelings. It was a power move in the midst of a highly public emotional battle. In a classic move that could only be described as passive-aggressive, Justin reposted a meme about how women act when they get engaged. The meme, featuring Gollum from The Lord of the Rings obsessing over a ring, was posted right after Selena's engagement announcement. This was Justin's way of trying to subtly address Selena's happiness and perhaps his jealousy without openly acknowledging it. The timing of the post was highly questionable, and it felt like Justin was throwing shade in a way that only he could, through the subtlety of humor. Sources close to Hailey reported that she was starting to hit her breaking point. How could she not? Watching your husband continuously unravel over his ex's new music and engagement while you're trying to keep a family together is exhausting. Hailey is now trapped between the desire to maintain the perfect marriage image for the public and the undeniable truth that Justin can't seem to let go of Selena. Every cryptic post, every meme Justin shared added to the emotional weight she carried. Hailey wasn't just dealing with her own insecurities, she was now trying to manage Justin's unresolved emotions on a public stage. As expected, the internet has gone wild over this drama. Fans, journalists, and social media users alike are feasting on every detail of Justin's posts and Selena's album. Every lyric from the album is being scrutinized for hidden meanings, while Justin's cryptic Instagram stories are decoded as if they were a puzzle. This ongoing public spectacle has become a media circus, one where both Selena and Justin's personal lives are being exposed for the world to comment on. Hailey, in turn, has become the third wheel in this ongoing narrative, desperately trying to remain relevant while the internet watches her every move. Meanwhile, Selena and Benny are unbothered by the drama. They're glowing with happiness, basking in the joy of their relationship and recent engagement announcement. Benny, who has been a key collaborator for Selena, is also her emotional anchor during this whirlwind. While Justin is unraveling, Selena is thriving, not just personally but professionally. Her engagement to Benny signals that she's moved on in a way Justin hasn't. Fans are celebrating this chapter of Selena's life, applauding her strength and ability to rise above the drama. It's clear at this point that Justin's actions are slowly but surely self-sabotaging his relationship with Hailey. His emotional instability, coupled with his repeated public reactions to Selena's life changes, shows that he is not truly over her. Whether it's a desire for closure or a fear of being forgotten, Justin's actions point to a man who's trapped in the past, unable to fully embrace the future with his wife. This emotional tug-of-war is pulling at the very fabric of his relationship with Hailey, and fans are noticing that it's becoming harder for Justin to hide his unresolved feelings. Reports suggest that Hailey might be reaching her breaking point. The emotional strain of having to publicly play the role of the perfect wife while privately dealing with Justin's emotional obsession with his ex is taking its toll. Will she snap? Will Hailey finally confront Justin about his unresolved feelings for Selena? Or will she continue to maintain a sense of unity and strength for the public despite everything falling apart behind closed doors? Fans are eagerly waiting to see whether Hailey will walk away or if this marriage can withstand the pressure.